Okay, here we are with a few more examples. So this one is example 3. It says in each of the following, x and y are integers with y not equal to 0. Well, that's important because in this problem, we're dividing by y. So if y happened to be 0, that would be undefined. That's why they put that little caveat there. Now it says use the definition of division in terms of multiplication to perform the indicated operations. Write your answers in simplest form. Okay, their directions are a little bit silly. Let's just do the dividing. This says 4x divided by 4. So we would have 4x, if I were to write this as a division problem, over 4. Now, what they mean by in terms of multiplication is just I'm going to show you why this is possible to do this, and then hopefully you'll be able to do the next one without having to go through all these steps. This 4x, doesn't that truly mean 4 times x over 4? And then because of the way that we multiply fractions, we could rewrite this if we wanted to as 4 over 4 times x over 1, because we would multiply numerators. 4 times x would be 4x, and 4 times 1 would be 4. So they could be separated this way. Now, because of the properties of division and multiplication, 4 divided by 4, that's a big old 1. So 1 times x over 1 is the same thing as saying 1 times x, which is just x. So our final answer here is x. Now, what we could have done from the very beginning, if you understand why you're able to do it, is we could simply cancel out that common factor of 1, and we would just be left with the x. So let's try that on the next one. Here we have negative xy, so I'm going to write that, negative xy divided by y. And they said that y could not be 0, so this is possible to do. Well, because of the properties of division and multiplication, we can cancel out that common factor of 1, and we're just left with negative x. So that would be our final answer. Okay, let's look at example 4. This says the farmland acreage lost to family dwellings over the next 8 years will be 12,000 acres per year. How much acreage would be lost to homes during this time period? Okay, so what is farmland now will become housing additions and stuff, and they're estimating 12,000 acres per year for the next 8 years. So they're trying to figure out how much total acreage would be lost in this time period. So what do you think? Do you think this is going to be a addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division problem? Well, if we kind of thought it out for a minute, for the first year they would say 12,000 acres would be lost, and then for the second year 12,000 acres would be lost, and then for the third year 12,000 acres would be lost, and so on and so on and so on and so on for 8 years. Well, this would be repeated addition. Isn't that the same thing as just multiplying 8 times 12,000? Absolutely. So 8 times 12,000 is 96,000. So it would appear that 96,000 acres is going to be lost over the next 8 years.